Hello and welcome.
Didn't pass it.
My name's Kathy A, and this is a review of the new Urban Decay Game of Thrones makeup line. Now, of course, many of us got the vault, which had everything in it, and I just didn't manage to get that, but I did get several pieces that I'm really quite impressed with, and we thought we'd do something special. Since this is Game of Thrones,
Yes.
Fran, what do you think? It is Game of Thrones. We thought we would do something very special, and the Budman has helped me with some of these introductions, so to speak. We hope you enjoy them, and at the end of all of the little skits, we will be back and I will give you a full review on my honest opinion about this makeup line. The very end, we've got an outtakes reel, which probably is going to be more fun to watch than the rest of this. So would you like a cookie?
Sure. Game of Thrones, Oreos, can't go wrong there.
All right, kid'll eat the middle of an Oreo first.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got a Stark. What did you get?
I've got a White Walker.
You sure did. I guess Aria got a White Walker for sure.
Fish belly White Walker.
Valor Margulas.
Hope you enjoy this, friends.
No.
If we're sober enough to the end, we'll actually talk to you.
Okay. Be back soon. You know nothing but snow. You know nothing but snow.
Bibbidi bibbidi bop, Inagata Davida. Incense and peppermints. But Snow, come back.
I, as one of the newest in the White Walker clan, I still have my lips and my eyelids, so I was nominated by the gang to demonstrate the White Walker makeup from Urban Decay. This is all the White Walker shadows, and I will use a shadow from another palette because there's no matte crease color and I have lots of creases now. So let me just put my crease color on and we'll be back to test out the eyeshadow, the eyeliner, and the lipstick. You know what? I should put my human contact lenses in so we can see this a little easier together, shall we? Oh, I can't see very well, but that's the way it's going to be. Well, I have my crease shade on. Not very good. Let me just go in again. Okay. So, there is the Jon Snow Long Claw sword. If it touches any of the White Walkers, of course, it destroys them. It's a real drag. Comes in nice packaging. Good luck finding this because it is a limited edition. There's a little wolf's head on the top that has red eyes. Wicked cool, wicked cool. So that is White Walker lipstick, and from my human experience with this, I found that it is extremely dark for me as a normal human, over 50, pale skin, golden hair. It didn't work for me as a live human. Now, as a White Walker, I found that the wear down was really patchy, and it did not, you know, sometimes when a lipstick wears down, you have a little bit of staining underneath, but this looks unnaturally rough on the inside especially, so when you're talking, it doesn't work. So I would say in general, the White Walker lipstick, I wouldn't recommend it, even though younger people would probably be attracted to this color. It's very gothy and edgy. It does make your teeth look whiter, not mine, but it does make teeth look whiter. I would say it's a big no for me because the formulation feels a little bit dry, but the wear down was what really sold me on not liking this particular product. As far as the blush goes, I think it's nice. I think it's very kitschy. The name is Dracaris, and it is a staining type of blush. It also is supposed to be used on the lips. Let's just give it a quick try. I don't think it's going to work all that well. It tastes terrible. It tastes terrible, and I think it's one of those products they said you could use in both ways, but it really doesn't work well as a lip stain. For some reason, it's just too subtle and it tastes terrible. So with that in mind, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pass. So this is the final look. I just need a little mascara and we are good to go. So, this is the finished Viserion. Viserion, get out of my mirror. Get out of my mirror. Stop smoking up the place. For God's sakes. Okay. Well, now I'm all dressed up with nowhere to go. Oh, wait a minute. I remember we've got a mission to accomplish. Let me just take off. I hope you've enjoyed the White Walker portion. Stay tuned for Sansa Stark.
Hold door! Hold door! Hold door! Hold door!
Hi, Sansa Stark here. Well, 30 years later. And I am here to introduce the Urban Decay Game of Thrones makeup collection. I'm going to be showing you the part of the eyeshadow palette dedicated to my homestead, Winterfell. Now, Winterfell is in the north. I guess you would think it would be like Scotland, I guess, if you looked at it on a map. And all of these colors have to do with my homestead. Now, this green is the site, which is the green area of our house. We have the weirwood leaves, which is, well, they're more red than purple, I think. I don't think they got this one very close. Lymeria is my little sister's dire wolf. She named a pup when we all received a puppy from a dire wolf mother that had died. We all got one. And then we have Winter is Here, which is a nice dark chocolate brown. It's always cold at Winterfell. And then we have Winterfell itself, which is a nice tarnished gold. So I'm going to be doing an eye look, and then I'll put some cheek color on, use a little bit of eyeliner, and my Sansa Stark lipstick, of course. So let's get started. I'm going to go into this werewood leaves and go underneath here a little bit on top of that because I'm just trying to build it up here with a little bit of color. And I'm going to go back in with my finger and I'm going to put this right here, smudging it towards the outside. And I kind of like that, going into the very end here with this finger. This is definitely, because of the textures of some of these and the glitters, I actually think going in with the finger is a great idea. I know some of you cringe at that. It is cringe-worthy, but... Okay, and now I'm going to take a little of this gold, and I'm just going to flick it here, just on the arch of my eyebrow. So it catches a little bit of the light, but not too much. It is a chunky color. To accentuate using the Winterfell eyeliner, Winterfell Snow. Just going to go on the inside here and brighten that up. It's very pretty. Oh my goodness, look at that. It really brightens up that inner third of my eye. I'm going to take it right in there. Woo! Hello. A little bit too much there. And I might just do a little bit right under here. Woo! Wow. So I do like this. It's a very interesting eyeliner, although I think it's very soft and it wears down quickly. I've already had to sharpen it 3 times from 2 uses, so you go figure. It is a beautiful white with a pink and blue and green cast. It's very, very holographic, or duochrome, and that's called Winterfell Snow. Now for the cheeks. Personally, I don't like putting this on my hand. I usually put it on a plate to use it, just a few drops there, and then you can pick it up with your finger or with a brush. I think I'm going to use a brush for this, and just tap it in and smear it around a little bit. It makes a very nice, healthy looking flush. It doesn't really do a strong blush shade. You can see it on this side a little better. Just a very pretty flush. A little on my nose, a little in the corners here. Oh, very, very nice. Now for highlight, I could go into the palette itself and see what we have. There's really nothing there for a highlight, but there is up in here. I think I might actually use a little of this from my sister-in-law and just use it right here. And that is the Bay of Dragons. I'm just going to use that as a little bit of a highlight, just for fun. Put a little bit of shine there. It's kind of pretty. A little bit too much there. Oops. Woo! Okay, there we go. So actually, this one is, out of all of these different houses, this one is actually my favorite. And I think that because I love the green, I like the dark brown, the Limeria, and I like the gold. The plum, I'm not so keen on. It's not very pigmented, and it does not look like werewood leaves. That's the magical tree. So anyway, so that is the Winterfell section of the eyeshadow palette. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to take this Dragon Smoke right underneath here and connect this maybe a little stronger. Urban Decay liners are so nice. I'm just going to kind of smear that a little bit. So now that we've done that, let's do the lips. And Sansa Stark, this one is entitled Sansa Stark. It is named for the oldest daughter in Winterfell. It's a pretty, but it's a sheer formula. So you have to have your lips well conditioned. Because if you have chapped lips, it's going to show through. This is the lightest and most wearable shade of the group for the Game of Thrones group. I'm going to get real close so you can see. So I'm really liking it. I think the Sansa Stark lipstick is nice. I like the eyeliner for Winterfell Snow. I like Dracarys, which is the blood cheek stain, and I like the Sansa lipstick. So I think it's a win-win with the Winterfell division of the Game of Thrones Urban Decay eye palette. Take a quick breath here. And my friend Tyrion says this. So do you think I'm going to get the throne? Am I going to get the throne? We'll see. Speaking of the throne, I think I might have to visit ours. You there! You are sitting on my throne.
I am King of the North.
You bend the knee to your queen and surrender this throne to me.
Yeah, just hang on a sec, okay?
Grandmother of Dragons here. Yep. And I thought I would introduce the Game of Thrones from Urban Decay, the part of the eyeshadow palette, and then some of the blush and, well, not so much the lipstick, because I didn't like the red, and I don't think Khaleesi ever wore red lipstick, so I just put a substitute in there. We're going to do the blush and the eyeshadow palette for the Bay of Dragons for the Targaryen house. And I do have a couple of things I'd like to discuss. Firstly, this is the lower section here, and these 5 colors are not very cohesive as far as making an eye look. So I'm going to do a, I'm going to borrow a little bit, I think, from some of the others, and I'm going to do a base eye first. I'm going to use my new boyfriend Jon Snow's long claw sword brush. I'm just going to put a base here from my Kat Von D palette. Just a light base. Back again, and I have put my mascara on. So now I think we're going to, ooh, my necklace. I think we're going to put some blush on, and this is Dracarys. Ooh, no, I didn't mean it, Drogon. This is Dracarys, and this is a stain that you can use on your lips or your cheeks, although And I'm going to use my House Targaryen brush to just pat that into my cheeks a little bit. And it does give a subtle color, a subtle flush, not really a lot of color. People who are used to using powder blushes may be impatient with this because it is so sheer. I kind of like it because it's hard to overdo it. And I think that that's nice, especially for the 50 plus age group, because we tend to like a color and then we put a little too much on it. We can get into that gypsy woman clown situation, you know. I'm going to put a little bit right up in here and up in here, just to warm it up a little bit. And this is the finished look. It seems like only yesterday they were just eggs. And here they are. Oh, going down memory lane. My 3 children. And you know what? They gave me this Mother's Day card. Isn't this nice? And they all signed it. So sweet. So sweet. Oh my gosh. Oh, my 3 babies. Oh. Cesarean. Cesarean. Okay. Hey, honey, what's wrong? What's wrong? My little fur baby grandchild. Did I King do that to you?
No, he's just stung out of his mind.
My Westeros travel mug. We're doing a lot of traveling lately. Cersei here, and I am still queen as of this writing. I am going to demonstrate for you the House Lannister portion of the Urban Decay Game of Thrones makeup. We're going to start here. We've got kind of a nice assortment here, and I think we're going to start by borrowing from up in here, I think. Just brighten a little bit. And now I think I'll put some mascara on. Well, mine did not come with a mascara, but I'm just going to put some on here. Just to bring those colors to life a little bit. They have given me my own lipstick in this collection. This is the Cersei Lannister lipstick, and it's covered in the Lannister sigil, among other things. Very pretty packaging. And it is a tawny, cold lip color, a little on the bronze. Very cold and dark. This is not a warm and fuzzy lip color whatsoever, but that's perfect. And I think actually as a blush it probably worked pretty nicely as a blush for Cersei. So what do you think? Cersei Lannister? I'll come up real close. Not bad. So, baby, what do you think of my new makeup-looking lipstick? Perhaps a roll in the hay? Maybe a hand job?
I can lend a hand. Shame. 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 Shame.
Hey, you know what? This eyeshadow and this lipstick held up through the whole main street. That's pretty impressive. Okay, I actually have Oreo cookies in my mouth, so, but man, my teeth were so yellow. Oh, I gotta work on it. I gotta go see a dentist. Okay, Game of Thrones makeup. First of all is the vault, and that has all of the pieces to the entire series collection put out by Urban Decay recently. I tried, but I didn't get it, and I'm actually kind of glad, because if you get the vault and you like some of the products in there but not all of them, you can't really return part of the vault. You have to either return the whole vault or you're stuck with all the pieces you don't like. So actually I'm thinking I'm quite fortunate that I bought pieces I liked. So I think the main player here is the eyeshadow palette. It looks like a book from the side. It's pretty sturdy, kind of cardboard packaging. It opens up, you do get a mirror, and then you get this little saying here, Lannister, Targaryen, Baratheon, Stark, Tyrell, they're all just spokes on a wheel. This one's on top, then that one's on top, and on it spins, crushing those on the ground. And that is from Daenerys Targaryen quote. Now if you lift this up, you get an Iron Throne. And I was like thinking to myself, well, this is cool. This is really cool. But what are we supposed to do? We're adult people. Are we supposed to like play? Are we supposed to like put our lipsticks here and, you know, like, oh, I'm on the throne. No, I'm on the throne. You know, it's like, actually, I'm on the throne. The toy built into the eye palette, and it takes a lot of room. So it, not that all of us are world travelers and we travel every month. I hear people all the time saying, oh, well, we can't really travel with it. And I'm like, where do you go? Are you traveling all the time? I mean, I go maybe once or twice a year somewhere. So, I mean, that's kind of a moot point for me. Anyway, the outside is all of the swords that make up the Iron Throne that were all fused together. And then there's a Westeros segment here. When you pull out the drawer, the bottom drawer, you get the eyeshadow palette. It's divided into 4 sections, and we have the, I guess you could say the far north, where you would have the White Walkers and the frozen tundra kind of a thing going on. You've got this icy blues and blacks and silvers, a little bit of crystal sunset. We're working down a little bit down still in the north, and it's kind of like Scotland, Iceland kind of area would be Winterfell, which is this section here, and you've got your dark blue, your plum, dark brown, medium brown, and then a golden bronze. I think this was just a very well-rounded section. Out of all of the sections, this was the best well-rounded one, but I think their whole idea was to find a grouping of colors that would work cohesively together, all together, not just one individual strip. So this one is the King's Landing or Lannister one, had a lot of warm tones and reds. I found this warm pink to be particularly helpful for doing the transition shade. And then this last section, which was probably the most disappointing because there's lots of golds in this, was the Targaryen Bay of Dragons. This red is a really pretty color, and the purples are nice. I think there's several golds here. There's at least 4, maybe 5 golds in this palette, and I think there's just way too many. We could have used some other shades, I think. I would have liked to have a matte ivory shade of some sort, you know, maybe, oh, I don't know. But anyway, so the 4 groupings don't really make a lot of sense if you're just working with one, but you do have color coordinated variances between. If you use the whole eye palette, you can make some pretty eye looks. I had to use, in addition, my Kat Von D matte palette, shade and light palette, to make a base eye, and then use some of these colors to kind of complement or accent the plain basic eye. So how do I feel about this? I think there's some standout colors here. Definitely like Winter is Coming. I love this shade. The Frozen North, I think, was one of my favorite shades in this. And the Red Keep was really nice as well. Casterly Rock was one I used often. And then the Stormborn shade, it's a little bit chunky. Some of the glitters in here were just a teeny bit chunky, but I didn't find that anything was of bad quality. Probably, I just think I would have put a couple more mattes in here that were more practical, functional, in order to make this a cohesive single palette. You have to dip into other palettes to do eye looks, especially over 50. I think you need to have that matte crease shade, you need to have that matte lid shade, and but all in all, I think this worked really well, and I'm pleased with it, and it's staying in the collection. Now the brushes sold out quickly, but I did manage to get the Jon Snow Long Claw, and I've heard mixed reviews from people on these, but I actually really liked the brush. I thought it was pretty versatile. You can do packing with it, you can do your crease with it. I found it was very versatile, and it's just so stinking cute with the little red eyes on the wolf head. So I liked the brush, and I think it was really good. This is the Long Claw brush, and I think it runs around $22 if you get it straight out, but I think right now it's on eBay and all these other places for exorbitant amounts of money. I have a very strong feeling that after Game of Thrones, the series, ends, that all of these things are going to be on sale, or you're not going to, get those exorbitant prices on them. And I think this is definitely a collector piece that I would recommend getting, and I think it is functional. Isn't this cute? There is so much merchandise out there right now for Game of Thrones. I mean, I bought a whole brush set that had all the different sigils of all the different houses. They have funny t-shirts, they have posters, playing cards, those Stein mugs. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Again, I think after the series ends, you're going to be able to get these things rather cheaply. Dracarys is a lip and a cheek stain, it says, and I just found that as a cheek stain it was okay. It was kind of meh. I mean, I have other blushes that are so much nicer, didn't cost as much, and aren't so full of hype. So the Dracarys stain, it actually stained my hand. I still have a stain from this morning when we were filming one of the segments. So if you put it on your hand and then, you know, try to blend it in that way, it actually will stain your skin, and it just doesn't show up well enough. I don't get that instant satisfaction with it. It irritates me, and then I wind up putting a powder blush over the top of it, which is kind of, you know, a moot point for the Dracarys. It's a pale, natural flush. I would say if you are medium to light skin tone, it will show up on you. If you are darker skin tone, I can't imagine it's going to show up on richer skin tones. So I don't think this was a great idea. I wish they'd come up with something else. And I did not buy the highlight palette. I thought that the highlight palette, even though it was really cute, that, you know, the dragon eggs and all that, and I have my own dragon eggs. Those were fun. You know, it was convenient that it was Easter time when we are filming this. So. Yeah, so I think that the cheek stain was a fail. As far as the eyeshadow liners, I think that we had two. We had the Dragon Smoke, and then we had the Winterfell Snow. My main complaint about these, and it happened for both of them, is they're so soft that you can see this is down. I only used it like once today because I like to sharpen my things. This one I used twice, and it's already completely down. I got to sharpen it again. So I find that these are very, very soft, and I don't think they're going to last that long because they're so soft. But both colors, the Dragon Smoke and the Winterfell Snow, are beautiful, and you can work them into looks. They're very, very pretty, long lasting. I think Urban Decay, I think they have a reputation for having really good eyeliners that last. They're tear proof. You can use them in your waterline. So I think that they're really good. That was not a disappointment. There was another shade for the eyeliner called the Night King, but it was so similar to the shade in the, it was so similar to the shade here that, let me just put that right there. But I didn't feel I needed to get the eyeliner and have the eyeshadow palette because this covered the eyelining capabilities of the other things. So I didn't feel like wasting my money on that, especially since I was buying individual items. So, yeah. Now the lipsticks, you know, I said it in one of the skits, but I really mean it. I mean, what were they thinking making a lipstick for the dead people? You know, they made like, the White Walker lipstick, and I thought, well, that's pretty vampy, it's pretty goth, I guess, yeah, okay, that makes sense, but why didn't they have a pretty pink or something? They only had like the pale orange for Sansa. They had that bronzy, autumny, cool, I don't know, it was a crappy looking color for Cersei, and then they had that dark blood, dried blood red for the White Walkers, and then they had this bright metallic red for Daenerys, who has never ever appeared on screen with a bright metallic red lipstick. I didn't get that one at all. I know red and fire are kind of synonymous, but yeah, that was bad. I thought the quality of these was questionable. The Cersei metallic one had the best quality and longevity out of the three. The Sansa Stark color is a beautiful, pretty, pale orangey apricot color. It's very sheer though, and I tend to have chapped lips, especially in winter, so when you put it over chapped lips you do see like the cracks and stuff that are in your lips. So that's kind of the formulation of this. I wish they'd have this in a better formulation, maybe the formulation they used for the Cersei one, I don't know. And the White Walker lipstick, even though that's not my color, it's way out of my comfort zone, the dark deep red, it was very, very patchy when it wore down, and I did wear it at home. I didn't want to wear it at work because it was just so butt ugly. It's not one of my colors, but I mean, I think it was really patchy in the wear down. I think the quality just wasn't there on that, so it was very disappointing. So all in all, I think, now if this was like the Raggedy Ann collection, would I have purchased it? No. If it was Scooby-Doo collection or something like that, would I have found the same enchantment I did with it? No. And this is why I think people who have never seen Game of Thrones did the best reviews of it, because they were objective, unless they were sent it for PR, which, you know, nobody's objective when you get it sent for PR. I think that people who didn't understand or know about it judged it on the colors and on the combinations you could get from the colors, and I think that that's really what's important. I mean, to you as a viewer, I think you would appreciate that somebody doesn't just, they're starstruck in love with the TV series, so they want to make sure everything's wonderful in the collection, and it just wasn't. I was very, very disappointed. I think the brush I loved, but again, it's because I loved the idea that it was a sword. Some people said they didn't like the way the handle was because it made you hold the brush funny, and I actually think it helped hold the brush correctly. So maybe they want to hold the brush like a pen, like, you know, some people like to hold the brush differently. I think it's a very personal choice there, but I thought it was cute the way the sword was. As far as the Sansa lipstick, I'm going to keep it in the collection because I like it. I'm probably going to keep the Winterfell Snow eyeliner in the collection because it's unique. I'm going to keep the eyeshadow palette because I just think it's too sneaking cute, and even with the silly throne game, I'm going to keep it because this is a collectible item to me. The Oreos are disappearing quickly. Husband and I both like them. Waistline, not so much. That in mind, I hope all of you are having a wonderful week. Have a beautiful day. Valor de Harris, says the brand, the three-eyed raven. Everybody take care. Toodles. You gotta hold it. No, he just poked his eye out. Where's his eye?
No idea, huh?
No. Okay. So, this is the finished Viserion. Viserion, get out of my mirror. Get out of my mirror. Stop smoking up the place. For God's sakes. Lean right up next to the door.
Yeah.
And yell, Hodor, Hodor.
Tell me when to do it.
Now.
Hodor! 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 Hodor!
Okay, come back around. Okay.
Hodor! 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 Hodor!
Got your gloves. Okay. Alright. So we're gonna focus right between here and here, okay? Alright. Okay.
Do you want me to use the sword?
Okay. Okay, I need you to put Viserion on top of me, on top of my head. Okay. No, I mean, hold him behind me like he's looking behind me.
Okay.
Let's see what this is looking like on camera. Okay. Okay, but you have to move out of the way a little bit.
Okay, I can't see the thing.
Good, perfect. Okay, move your hand down a little bit.
What?
So we're probably going to have to overdub our
Yeah,
speaking.
okay. Alright. 1. You know nothing, Bud Snow. You know nothing, Bud Snow. I'm gonna stick it to you. You know nothing, Bud Snow.
Shame. Shame. Saddam Hussein.
Hey, that's my. No, I mean. Hey, that's my throne.
I am King of the North. King of the North. King of the North. Everything's so.
Bend the knee to your queen.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen until we do the prequel, and then anything's could happen.
Evil people, count off roll call. The High Septum, Ramsay Stannis, Tywin Cersei, Joffrey Marjorie, Lord Grey Euron, Lisa Gregor, Viserys Walder, Melisandre, Creepy Craster, and White Walkers, and their horses, and that guy with all the faces, and the countless wildling gangs like those that cook up human limbs, and that black smoke thing, and the dragons with the dead one, and their fire, and there's way more evil people. Yes, there's way more Game of Thrones bad. La 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 la.